Were there any particular challenges in parts of the world, perhaps the Middle East, being a female Secretary of State? Was that a unique challenge in any way? Did it factor into how you did your job and how you were received?
Well, when my name came up for Secretary of State, people said, you can't have a woman Secretary of State because of the way Arab leaders would deal with her. What was interesting was, at the time, the Arab ambassadors that were at the UN got together and put out a statement and said, we've had no problems dealing with Ambassador Albright. We would have no problem dealing with Secretary Albright. So I did become Secretary of State. I went to have a meeting with the Gulf Cooperation Council ministers, and they couldn't have been nicer. And I said at the end of it, you may have noticed that I'm not dressed the way my predecessors were, and I would like to thank you for your kindness, and I look forward to a lot of discussions, and next time we'll talk about women's rights. And we actually did.
Really?
But this may be hard to believe, but I actually had more problems with the men in our own government. Not because they were all male chauvinist pigs, but because they had seen me.
That's not what they wanted to hear.
No. No, but it was really, I can understand what happened. It had taken me a long time to get from here to there. Some of them knew me as the carpool mother, or a friend of their wife's, or a staffer. I worked for Senator Muskie. I'd been a staffer in different ways. I had people over to dinner. I had made a lot of coffee, did a lot of Xeroxing. And all of a sudden I'm Secretary of State, and they thought, how did she get to be Secretary of State when I should be Secretary of State? But none of it would have happened to be Secretary of State if it hadn't been for Hillary Clinton. And I know why, because President Clinton said so publicly. We used to do this thing. We'd travel abroad, and I would introduce her, and she would introduce him. And he just flat out said that Hillary had said to him, why wouldn't you name Madeleine? She is the one that supports your views the most and expresses them better than anybody else. And besides, it would make your mother very happy.